everyone, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Marii Opara. So today I'm back again with another video and I brought two of my wonderful friends along with me. This is Aisha.
The best friend in the whole world.
Of course.
Some of us are sitting on the left as well.
And this is Jennifer, and today we're going to talk about weed-induced psychosis. When I say like weed-induced psychosis to you, what comes to your mind?
Right, a lot comes to my mind. What comes to my mind is like when an individual like uses a lot of cannabis daily, and then that eventually like triggers like an episode of psychosis in the long run. Yeah.
So like, what does the word psychosis mean to you?
Psychosis. So for me, it's like when you go psycho, but I thought maybe it's when you like just lose touch of reality, so your emotions and your thoughts just aren't quite what's happening in the moment. So I think it could be acute and chronic.
Like cannabis does predispose a lot of people to having those episodes of psychoses. And also like cannabis use predisposes you to a condition called schizophrenia. Have any of you guys heard of schizophrenia before?
Yeah, I've seen them around still.
Yeah. Did you actually?
Yeah, because I used to like work in a mental health like institution, so
Okay.
I think they've got different sorts of schizophrenia. I think there's like paranoid.
Yeah, paranoid schizophrenia.
That's all I know. Probably others like maybe.
I just know about schizophrenia.
There is paranoid schizophrenia, but I think what you're thinking about is like all the other ones like schizoaffective.
Dissociative. That one.
So, but all of those ones, they're not actually schizophrenia.
Okay, so why have they got schiz there then?
Because it's kind of like people who behave in a schizophrenic type way, but they don't actually have schizophrenia. Someone who's got like proper schizophrenia, they're going to be hearing voices, and like the voice is going to be telling them to do things. So the voice might tell them like, you should kill yourself. You should kill your sister because your sister is working with the government to spy on you. The voice will say things like,
that hurts sleeping with your dad. That's all.
Or they might tell you that the people around you are like, they're not real. Their bodies have been taken over.
Yeah,
Aisha.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I don't remember the name of that, but that's another symptom. But it's where you just believe people have been replaced in your life. There was a time where someone I know in my life might have thought that I was a replacement. Not necessarily.
It's not. Of what?
So one day you came back and it's like, this isn't my sister, or this isn't my dad, or like, you know, just it's really it's something that happens.
But then what causes stuff? What induces stuff like that? Is it stress? Is it depression? Like how can you just like wake up one day and just be like, oh, you're not my sister anymore, you're not my friend anymore, you're someone else?
With someone who does have schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia, it's just one of the symptoms. You kind of just like, some people feel like they're already dead. That's one thing, they feel like they're already dead, like there's no point, they're already dead, so they're a walking corpse. Oh, this person has been replaced, or there's cameras watching them all the time.
I think it's called Coulthard syndrome.
Coulthard syndrome, yes it is.
Yo. Why am I not a medic, guys?
Like, I'm just thinking.
Sometimes you feel like your thoughts are being broadcasted, so like people can hear everything you're thinking. Sometimes you feel like you can read people's minds. Sometimes you feel like people are putting thoughts into your head, so there's thoughts in there that you know are not your own, like you dissociated from those thoughts. And like your thoughts are always disordered, like they're just running.
Inability to order thoughts.
Exactly.
So like they're all speaking at once.
Yeah. And then there's an element of it that makes them quite like withdrawn and depressive, and they kind of just stay like lock themselves up in their room. There's this one family who like their son, he was like doing really well, and then he started smoking cannabis. He was 18. He literally locked himself up in the room. He felt like he was being watched by the government, and he was really like buying into all those conspiracy theories. Cannabis, when you started before the age of 19, oh my gosh, it really, really predisposes you.
And especially for like young men as well.
Yeah, and that's why, do you realise that there's a lot of like a higher rate of like young black men in psychiatric centres because they kind of start smoking weed from a very early age.
Yeah.
So I think that's more to do with the brain having not developed. So it's pretty much the same with alcohol. So I think with alcohol, I think before the age of 25, don't quote me on that. Yeah, we're all screwed.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'm not, but so
I'd be out there in the streets at the age of 8. So let me tell you something. No, listen. Because growing up, my mum was like,
is it palm wine?
No, this was like during Christmas, like she'd give us a glass of wine, was like, you know, you guys are women and you get to an age where men will try to like, you know, take advantage of you. So start learning how to drink and hold your drink. And so I was like, I'm lit. So I was drinking, I'll collect Vivian's and I'll be drinking, I'll collect. Them days is mom used to display empty bottles. I think she used to be in there. So I'm like, I'll open it.
God.
So I've got a question. So you know, like with the smoking of cannabis under the age of 19, is that the same for like both females and males?
Yes.
I don't know where it was where I was reading it. It was about cannabis, and it said that it affected men more than women because of like the brain development.
Oh really? I don't think anyone really fully understands about how the mind works. Like even in terms of addiction and the effects of cannabis, I don't really feel like anyone truly understands like why some people are affected so negatively and why other people aren't.
Again, I think psychosis, long-term chronic psychosis, is very different to you're freaking out because you had a brownie and maybe you had another brownie, and all I know is it's enough to put me off.
Or is it the time you shared it?
I'm just saying if I remember kids at school.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't.
At school? Kids at school?
Yo.
Like secondary schools that we're talking about?
Secondary school, like...
Back in my day, people didn't used to smoke weed, you know.
Yeah, I don't feel like I ever really saw it until...
Or even smell, or even... I didn't know about weed.
I didn't know about it until I got to
uni.
university.
Yeah,
and I saw
Essex.
that people... What?
Essex is different.
Really?
I don't want to shout out my school, like... Like, I wasn't involved. Obviously, I was head prefect and everything. I wasn't...
Sorry, selling my things.
Uni, I think, was when, like, it was definitely...
Yeah, I feel like I really saw it. Like, they always acted
It became
like
a norm.
Yeah, exactly. It was really weird.
I mean, there's a lot of countries that are legalizing it. A lot of states in the US, obviously, legalizing it. I think it's being seen as a more acceptable narcotic.
Yeah, I think there's conversations to legalize it in the UK as well.
There are.
I don't know how plausible that's gonna be.
I think they're trying to just eliminate like the criminal aspects of it, because obviously when you make something legal, I don't think a lot of people would actually then, I don't know, because like you know like in Amsterdam and stuff like that, like weed is everywhere, but you don't really see a lot of people smoking weed like that. You see internationals who come in, they're like, oh, we don't have weed in my country, and they're like, hey, let me go to the coffee shop. But you see like the residents, they're kind of like, oh, this is like nothing. Do you know what I mean? Back then, I didn't used to smell weed on the bus at all.
Do you know what? I used to smell weed, but I didn't know it was weed, so...
maybe I used to smell weed.
You know what?
No, I don't really.
I had no
idea. You know what you don't know.
I now know when I've grown up, oh, that wasn't BO, that was weed. Like, when I first smelled it, I remember it was like block of flats, certain areas where there's like council flats. Like, every time you go up the stairs, you're like,
oh my god,
strong
block of flats and council flats.
What?
Are you trying to? Oh, I'm sorry. Don't worry.
Oh,
Continue.
look, no, I'm not even trying to.
There are kind of like different strengths of weed. Strong strength weeds like skunk have like a 67% of THC, and that kind of makes you 5 times more likely to have a psychotic episode. And people who take skunk, especially like on a daily basis, account for 30% of the people who have new episodes of psychosis. Whereas like you have more, I think it's called high grade.
High grade?
I think so. I don't really, I think it's called high grade, but essentially it's considered as like traditional.
Oh, I see.
Oh no, hashish?
They call it hash, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so there is a higher level, I believe, of CBD. Is that what it is? I have no idea.
Yeah, I just think the THC.
It's like what people in the 60s, this is what I had, 60s, hippies. This
I
is
just
why
love
they
how
were
she's
all
like,
mellow.
I've heard. I've only heard about it.
Actually, we've heard quite a lot still.
No, in Copenhagen, there's literally this street
I mean,
where
she out there in the streets, not getting involved, but hearing.
I do pharmaceutical sciences. I need to know about these things.
Okay.
No, but yeah.
So I got a question, yeah, because when I went to Morocco, the guy that was educating me about the locals and whatever, he spoke about hash, and then he said like it wasn't as effective as like normal. Like,
so it only has 10% THC.
okay.
And I think it's the THC element of it that makes you high and all of that stuff. So the less THC, the less dangerous the cannabis is. That's why, like, you know, you have medical marijuana, which, you know, it's used to treat like glaucoma and like decrease people that have Parkinson's, and they have a lot of kind of like tremors. It really helps to reduce tremors and refine their movement. But the level of THC in the cannabis is really, really low.
I heard that the CBD just makes it more calming.
Okay. Because there was this thing I saw on Twitter, where some guy was talking about how a girl at his uni was a witch, that she was sitting in his room and her eyes were glowing and she was speaking in tongues, and she could tell that he wanted to steal her, that she wanted to steal his soul.
Yeah, and bro was done out there still. He was gone. Yeah, finished. Basically. Yeah, lost.
And the girl like made a response video like, you were high.
I wouldn't count that as psychosis.
He was.
No, I wouldn't. It was that period of like, you know, when he was high, but when all of that faded off.
But I'm hearing that he then started chasing her down the hallway with a knife because he said that she was.
It's kind of like when you said when you have like, is it the brownie or whatever, and you kind of act a bit crazy for a bit because I think maybe your body's not used to it.
But what did we say was the definition of psychosis? When you're out of touch with reality.
Yeah. But are you trying to say that everyone that smokes weed for the first time and sort of like reacts differently because the body's not used to it, they kind of like had like the psychotic episode?
Essentially, that's why we say it's acute. Like, you're hallucinating and you're paranoid and you're scared. You're out of touch with reality because you're now seeing things that aren't there. So you are having an acute episode of psychosis. And if you're lucky, you won't stay in it. You wake up the next morning and say, this is not happening.
I guess it's because the term psychosis just sounds very medical.
Yeah.
And very much like, that's not me.
Yeah.
So,
but we need to remove the stigma from that. Because a lot of people are like, oh no, that's like a mental health thing. No, that can't be me. But why not? It's what you had. There was a trigger for it. Remove the trigger. So some of the symptoms of like weed-induced psychoses, we have things like paranoid delusions. We come to like, you start getting a bit suspicious of people. You might get like anxious or agitated, and like you're quite easily volatile. You might start seeing things that aren't there. You might start feeling like really detached and like very kind of depressive, trying to be on your own, don't want to speak to anyone. It's very.
But what if you're just vibing? What if it's
I mean,
vibe? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm high now. I'm trying to just chill and vibe.
But that's not the same though. Your thoughts start being a bit disorganized and deranged all over the place, and like you get inappropriate emotional responses. So I don't know, maybe someone wants to hug you goodbye, and you're like, why did you stop me? And if they continue to kind of keep giving themselves that stimulus, they might get their body to a point where they're constant psychosis, and that's why it's really important to be aware of the possibilities and the negative outcomes of smoking weed.
I mean, I've also, I don't know if I keep saying I've heard, I swear it was when we were on that retreat or something, someone said that you can turn on the shower. No, there's something.
What retreat was she on?
It was her birthday.
It was her birthday.
No, we were just talking about it, and apparently something. You know, it might have not been. But you turn on the shower. I mean, I don't know. I've never. So apparently, if you turn on the shower and you just let it run, it can like alleviate some of the well, not necessarily psychosis, but you not being okay with having been on weed. You don't get in the shower, you just run the shower.
And look at it, run.
Yeah, or you just listen to it. I don't know, it's really weird.
Definitely wasn't like birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't be having a kind of deep conversation if we weren't having deep conversations. Like, we was lit. I can't remember. We was lit.
I think it's if it's like you're dangerous to yourself and others, and they might give you some kind of like sedative.
So you know, like, I've heard.
Honestly, guys, when you say I've heard, I swear that
No, but I've heard
I listen
for
to
real.
a lot of podcasts, I read a lot of books. I just like to know things.
Baby boo, we did tell you.
Nobody is judging you, my dear. Calm down.
So me too. Sometimes I read books, sometimes I listen to podcasts. Not the time, but sometimes I try to,
Try to hear.
stimulate my brain. But I've heard that when people like smoke cannabis and whatever, and because like there's variations and like their reactions, you know, people react to it differently.
Yeah.
The way you react to it is like your subconscious. So if you're reacting crazy, you're crazy.
Crazy is an ableist term.
Huh?
Psychology, neurology, is that like it's not an exact science.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
It's very kind of dependent on the individual, and no one really knows the mechanism of how everything works, or they can't predict how a person's going to react. So that theory could be true, it could not be. I really don't know. It's been nice discussing it with you guys though. Yeah.
So guys, don't smoke weed basically. And make sure you're over 19 and it's legal whether you're smoking it.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe and share. If you have any comments or any more questions, just hit me up on my social media or leave comments below and I will respond to you. I'll see you later. Bye.